Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm bringing you a Battleground tank build, which I've been running for a lot of time now, and I'm enjoying it a lot. But before I start, I want to make sure you understand some things. This build is not for pugs. You need an organized group. A healer makes this build much easier to run. A healer will make this build make you get the most of this build. So you want a healer with you. That's really important. A good one, if possible. A Templar or healer. Templar or Warden healers are very strong. So you want to get one of those and two really high damaging players with you. I'm not talking about heavy armor Templars or I'm not talking about heavy armor characters. I'm talking about really high damage outputting players. Because when you are in that group, they won't need much mitigation. This is the point of this build. You are protecting your team a lot. You are reducing the incoming damage on the group by shit ton. This is the whole point of this build. So let's just start on the attributes. First of all, the race. As much as I hate Argonians, I must say Argonian is best for this build. Because of the potion passive. When you drink a potion, you get shit ton of resources back. I'm a Dark Elf, but it's fine. Okay, and another thing I wanna say, this is my PvE tank character. So like, I don't want to change a lot of things. This is what you can do. Like, there's a lot of things you can do to improve this build. Like, for example, I'm running Lord Mundus on my PvE tank. But if you run Atronak for PvP, I'm just too lazy to pick up that shit. I'm not gonna do that. But if you pick up Atronak, you will see a very noticeable change in your sustain. Like, it will be much better. Anyways, all points in health. As you see, we have low stats, but these are enough, believe me. You don't need more. 13.6 Magicka, 13.9 stamina, and 45.8 health. I have the Emperor, but I'm in no CP campaign, by the way. I'm waiting for like half an hour to get the you know who. I'm making this build video in 4 AM and we all know who this is. No need to discuss. I'm still waiting for them to get the fucking keeps so I can show you the stats without the Emperor bonus, but anyways, this will drop like 3-4k maybe when the Emperor bonus is gone, so you're still above 40k, so no worries. You don't need any Magicka recovery. You have a lot of sustain with this build actually, but you need as I said, if you have a healer, it will be much better. You don't need any crits, any weapon damage, any spell damage. You don't need any of that shit. We have high resistances, but that's not a thing. We don't need crit resist as well, because this is a perma block build. Yes, you can perma block with this build, even with this shitty stamina pool. It is very much possible. There are a lot of ways to keep our stamina up. I will talk about each. So we are stage 4 vampire. Because of the undead passive, we're gonna talk about everything. No problem. And as I said, I'm running Lord, but get Atronak if you don't care about if you're not lazy. And we're running 3-star food. This one. Max health, max Magicka, max stamina. And for the potion, I'm running Essence of Immovability. This will give you almost 16 seconds of CC immunity. It will give you 48 seconds of speed. And it gives you 7.5k stamina. So I think this potion is necessary for Battlegrounds. The immunity to CC, immunity, like incredible speed, and the stamina restore, it's just too good not to use. So yeah, definitely use this potion if you wanna run this build. 3-star potion works as well. Like there are other choices, but I found this one to be best. So yeah. Okay. As I said, all this stuff. Okay, let's go to the gear. This is the good part. I'm running 2 Bloodspawn. Both of them health enchanted and sturdy. Both heavy. We are running 7 heavy, by the way. So, Bloodspawn gives you ultimate, basically. When you are in a Battleground, like, you'll have a lot of people attacking you because of reasons I'm gonna explain. People will attack you. They have to attack you. They don't have any other choice. So that's the good part with this build. You are making people attack you. So they will attack you, and Bloodspawn will proc on cooldown almost instantly. It's like, it procs a lot, I can say that. And we need to ultimate to sustain and protect our group. You're gonna see how we protect our group with the ultimate. Yeah, obviously most overpowered ultimate in the game. We're gonna talk about it when we switch to skills. The second set we are using is Vanguard's Challenge. This is a very overlooked set, I must say. Maximum health, healing taken. Okay, these are all good, but look at the 5th piece. When you taunt an enemy player, they deal 50% less damage to all other players. Look, this is a very important part, but I'm just gonna return back to it once I'm finished. But they do 100% more damage to you for 15 seconds. This effect is lost if you enter Sneak, Invisibility, or move further than 28 meters. Okay. Let's talk about the all other players part. This is what people don't see. So, if you're in a deathmatch, like, you'll have a lot of fights where 3 teams get together and start smashing each other. So you don't want both other teams to kill people. So as with this build, you want to taunt every single enemy, so they will deal less damage to each other. Okay? It's not only for protecting your team, it's about preventing them to kill people. Like, they will do, like, let's say you're in the red team, okay? If you taunt a purple player, they will do less damage to the green team. So that's the good part. You want to taunt every single enemy you see. And it will make them do less damage to each other, and they won't be able to kill each other as long as you are alive and keep them taunted. That's one of the overlooked benefits of this set. And when you taunt all enemies, your team will take 50% less damage. It is better than major protection. It's basically half the damage. you're cutting half the damage they get. It's very good. It's amazing. So this is the first set we are using. The second set we are using is making them even more worthless. So as I said, they need to attack you. They must attack you, or their damage is completely fucked. So when they attack you, this is the other set that comes into the play. Meridia's Blessed Armor. This only affects one person at a time, but I tried a lot of sets. I tried Tava's Favor, I tried the Desert Rose, Blessed or performed all of them. When Blessed procs, okay, 2, 3, 4, there I don't care about them, okay? When the 5th piece procs, when you block an attack, you have a 33% chance to blind the attacker, causing them to miss all of their attacks for 5 seconds. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. Okay, so when you taunt an enemy with this set, if they know the set, if they know how it works, the highest damaging enemy will attack you, because they will think they are the only one that can kill you. Like, imagine a team with like 1 tank, 1 healer and 2 DDs. This is most of the teams. Or 1 tank healer, like a Templar, and 3 DDs. Like, mostly a Stamina Nightblade will jump to you almost instantly when they see this, when they see Vanguard's challenge proc, because they know, they think they can kill you with all the incap and poison injection, all the proc bullshit, and they will do a lot of damage to you, but it won't matter because you have 46k almost health. It will drop some, I know, but still. When they attack you, it's rip. They won't do shit for 5 seconds. You're basically making someone completely useless every 10 seconds. And the duration is good as well. Duration is like 5 seconds. It's really good, I must say. And this thing procs a lot. Like, it has 33% chance. And with this build, you are blocking all the time. So this set is the best for this playstyle. You making them attack you, and when they attack you, they go to shit. You're making them completely useless. That's the whole point. Okay, so that's the blessed set. About the Vanguard, I have a chest, sturdy, health enchanted, a belt. It really doesn't matter how you combine it, but make sure you have Vanguard on jewelry and 2 armor, because we have the range taunt on our back bar. So you want to be able to taunt people from range and still proc the Vanguard. And on our front bar, we have Blessed, Decisive. Like, I don't see any other enchants to use, so I just put Oblivion on this. It's probably the best thing to use. Like, when you're chasing a sorcerer or something, you just spam light attacks and Talon the shit out of it. It's still some damage. Like, I don't know what else you can use. Maybe Weakening Enchant. Like, but I found this to be most useful. Like, burning through shields and forcing them to heal instead of stacking more shields is much more beneficial than using anything else. Like, I tried to absorb stamina, I tried Weakening. I actually use Weakening here. But yeah, I tried Crusher, but as you know, you want something that works against everything, and Crusher doesn't work against shield stackers. So yeah, but make sure your weapon is decisive. Decisive is simply the best for this build. You really want to push your ultimate regen as much as possible. Like as I said, if you don't like blast armor, you can use Tava's favor, that works as well. But your sustain will take a hit, but it's still fine, no problem. My shield is with stamina enchanted, because I'm a dark elf and my Magicka is higher than my stamina. So I keep one stamina enchant on my shield to make sure I have more stamina, because when I pick up a shard or pop a bubble, I want to get stamina instead of Magicka. So that's the whole point. And we're running a random resto stuff on our backboard. It can be defending, it can be infused, really doesn't matter. Like, the trait really doesn't matter. I think infused would be best, but yeah, as I said, it really doesn't matter. Like, there are other things you can use, but for protecting the team, this is really good. Like, another thing you can use is a charged lightning stuff with shock enchant on it. When you light attack people and like put blockade or something, you're gonna make them off balance and they'll be concussed. This thing will concuss them. They will have the minor vulnerability no matter what. Like, this has incredible, really high chance. I'm talking about 88% chance to proc the concussion. So you can make one of them to get much more damage. But we're not gonna do that. We're doing some kind of similar thing, but it's more reliable. You're gonna see how. Okay, so these are the items. Vanguard's challenge, all shield play. As I said, this is a perma block build. And in PvP, you want to be able to perma block. And all health enchants on the armor, all sturdy. So we are running 8 sturdy and 3 shield play enchants. Okay, let's look at the skills. Okay, the first skill we have is Pierce Armor. Debuff the shit out of them. Major Fracture, Major Breach, and you can proc the Vanguard's challenge with this. So this is why it's here. And you debuff the fuck out of them, so it's really good. It's a cheap skill, 1.5k stamina, like it's really cheap. So yeah, the second skill we use is from Draconic Power, Choking Talons. This is one of the core skills. This is an amazing CC. It is AoE, it is a root, and it does 7 seconds of minor maim. So this is basically Wizard's riposte set, but it's a skill instead. So you want to make sure you lock everything with this skill, like especially sorcerers. You want to make sure to, like, you want to make them spend their stamina so they run out faster. Like, if they roll, with the new patch, roll dodging gives them 2 seconds of immunity to roots. So don't spam it. Use it like every 3-4 seconds. Okay, the root lasts for 4 seconds. If they roll, wait 2 seconds and then root again. Like, even if you can't root them because of the immunity, you still can apply the minor maim, but minor maim lasts for 7 seconds, so their immunity will be over already. So yeah. yeah, this is one of the most annoying skills to use as a tank. Like you must use this. If you're not using it, you are basically a brick. You want to lock them down. So yeah, the third skill we are using is Igneous Shield. This is our stamina return, and this will boost our healing by fuck ton. So basically what we are doing here is when we are like 20% health, we pop one Igneous Shield. We use the shield discipline, buff our healing with Battleground with the Igneous Shield. Then we start spamming the shit out of Absorb Magic. If there is only one Magicka character with stuff, you won't die. Like, when you use this skill, it will absorb the damage and will heal you for 18% of your max health. And I'm in Cyrodiil, by the way, so when we use this, this is 20% more healing taken. And when you use the Igneous Shield, 21% of your max health, and this will increase by 20% more. So we are talking about like 25% of your max health every time you absorb something. And this will be free because look at this, allowing you to automatically block all attacks at no cost for 7 seconds. Your one-hand and shield ability costs are reduced by 100% while active. So when you pop this, this skill becomes free. So you understand what I mean now. So you can basically spam it, use Igneous time to time to keep the major mending up, and spam it, you won't die. Basically that's how you tank Magicka characters. That's basically it. It's really easy to do, very effective, and really strong. The other skill we are using is from Magicka Guild Balance. This is our emergency Magicka skill. If you are fighting a group battle, you will have to spam this. Like, we had a lot of fights where we lock each other, like 4-4, 4v4v4. I lock everyone and use one balance, Igneous Shield, Absorb Magic, Talons again, and repeat until fight is over. It's too effective, like, not to use, like, but it will only work if you have a healer. That's the bad thing. You need a healer to make this work. Anyway, so this is how you sustain your Magicka. This is why I said you need a healer. Yeah. The fifth skill we're using is Absorb Magic. And as you say, it reduces the cost of your block. It increases the damage, amount of damage you can block. So it's a good skill for PvP. Like, there will always be a Magicka sorcerer in the enemy group. Like, if there isn't, I don't know what to say. Like, and they will fucking shoot you and you absorb everything. Like, this thing absorbs a lot of things. This thing can absorb what's that, scoria. This thing absorbs the initial hit of meteor. This absorbs a lot of things. So it's not only light attacks, it's not only force pulse, vampire bane, everything. There are a lot of things you can absorb with this. So this is kinda your main heal and it's also free if you have the shield discipline up. And I already talked about the shield discipline, so let's go to your off bar. Okay, this is our support, buffing and breaking stealth bar. First skill, engulfing flames. We're not using it to damage people. We're using it to increase the damage they take from fire attacks. So if your DDs are using Destro ulti or I don't know, any kind of flame, when you do engulfing flames, it says affected enemies take 10% more damage from all fire damage attacks. This includes every single fire damage in the game. Every single fire damage. Like, if they are vampire, they are basically fucked. Like, in my group, we have 2 Magicka sorcerers, 1 Templar healer, and me. What I do is, I lock them with Talons, I spit them, engulfing flames, and my DDs both just pop the Destro ulti, flame Destro ulti, and they're rip. They don't have any chance to survive. They're fucking rip. Like, it's done. They can't do anything about it. So yeah, engulfing flames is really good if they're using a lot of flame attacks. Second skill, Radiant Magelight. Fucking disgusting night blades. Pop this shit and fuck them up. When you pop this, they can't go into stealth for 3 seconds. And we all know stealthy night blades are not really tanky. 3 seconds is more than enough to kill them. So make sure you are near them. As soon as 3 seconds are finished, they will go in stealth and you pop this again and take them out again. Okay? It's incredible skill. So make sure you keep this on your bar. It will help you a lot. And if you're on your back bar and someone tries to gank you for some reason, like ganking someone with 50k health, I'm sorry, 40k, is kind of stupid, but you know, not all night blades are smart, so they will try. If you're on your back bar, you prevent the stun from stealth, and oh, they removed the reduced damage from stealth. Okay, I didn't know that actually. Anyways, you also prevent the stun from stealth attacks for you and nearby allies. So that's incredible. Okay, that's an amazing buff to prevent gankers. So yeah, third skill, Inner Rage. As I said, this procs the Vanguard's challenge, and it's basically range taunt. So you don't even have to go to them to proc the Vanguard's challenge. You can just spit from far away and proc the Vanguard's challenge. So yeah, like you can use this to troll people. Like if you see two other teams fighting each other, you can go somewhere safe and taunt all of them. So the fight will take much longer. They won't be able to kill each other. So it's kinda can be used for trolling as well, and it will be useful. So yeah, you know what I mean. It's a really good skill, especially with Vanguard's challenge. This skill is a must to use. Fourth skill, Green Dragon Blood. Heals you for shit ton if your health is low, but the main reason we're using it is minor vitality, 8% healing taken, and when this is active, you get Burning Heart. Increase your healing received by 12%. So as I said, you'll be needing heals with this build, and you want to increase your healing taken as much as you can, because healing is the thing that can keep you alive. That's the only thing, because you also want to increase your healing as well. So yeah, Grinder Gomlat a must for this build. Definitely use it. And the last skill we have is Combat Prayer. This is 8-second duration. You aim at your DDs, use it, and they do 8% more damage. As I said in the staff choice, you can use this. They will take more damage, but this is only against one target. This will make them, this skill will make them hit everyone for 8% more, and you are buffing 2 people at once. And you are giving them a small bit of resistances as well. This is much more useful. And to the last skill we have, it allows you to use Light's Champion. This is the strongest ultimate in the game for PvP. You can even see stamina characters running around with this build. Okay, Emperor is down, so let's look at our health. It's 43.8. At fucking last, you took it. It's not even... Fucking scrubs. Anyways. You know my point. Okay. It says it heals for shit ton health. Okay. 4.4k health every 1 second. That's not love. It's amazing healing. Okay. But the thing you want here is major protection. Any friendly target you heal gains major force and major protection for 5 seconds. Okay, so this is something people don't quite understand. This thing has 5 seconds duration and it heals every second. So every healing you do will refresh this. So you want to stay close to your healer, to your DDs, and make sure you heal them with this. When you heal them, their damage will be much higher because of major force. Like when they crit, like with Incap or Crystal Fragment, whatever, any burst skill, their opponent is just rip. And the major protection is one of the strongest defensive buffs in the game. It works on the shields. That means their shields will take less damage. So this is one of the most powerful defensive buffs in the game, and it heals for shit ton. So yeah, like what I do when I don't get attacked by Magicka characters, I pop this instead, and I will get resources, and I will use that resource to Igneous Shield and absorb magic, and I will get my ultimates almost up to use it again. Like when I'm alone, this will give me major protection for 10 seconds, because as I said, it will refresh every time it heals you. Every time it heals someone, doesn't matter. So yeah. Anyways, these are the skills. We talked about the potion. Did I skip anything? Again, Battlegrounds are non-CP, so I'm not gonna bother with the CP. These are the stats without Emperor buff. 43.8k health. I know the stats look low, but believe me, you don't need more. Just keep going, it's no problem. Did I miss anything? I feel like I missed something. Ah, yeah, passives. Ardent Flame, everything. Draconic Power, everything. Earthen Art, everything. Oh, about the other skills you can use. You can use chains, but I really don't recommend it because it will give them CC immunity without making them CC break. So it's not so good. I don't recommend using it. But sometimes when you chain that annoying ass Magicka sorcerer to the group and it fucking rips at the same time, it's so satisfying. Yeah. Anyways, Deep Breath. This is also really good, but the problem is there aren't many enemies. Like this only works on stupid players. Like some people will cast hard cast fragments. So this would be good if you had a lot of Magicka to heal yourself. But this is only for interrupt and setting them off balance. So it's still a good skill, but not that great. You can use the reflective skill, the more damaging one, Dragonfire skill. This is also good. You can use it instead of Engulfing Flames. Like Engulfing Flames doesn't boost damage. Like it boosts only 10k, so you can use it instead of that. But I really like to buff the damage instead of making myself tankier. But when you reflect some shit, like when you reflect a fragment back to the sorcerer, it's a really satisfying thing to do, but it's still not that great because the damage you do with reflected attacks is not gonna be that high. Because as far as I know, when someone throws you some shit, you mitigate it first, then you reflect it, then your opponent mitigates it again. So it will get mitigated twice. So it will do very low damage, but it's still damage. Like you can reflect fragments for a lot of damage. So it's still a good choice. Again, all passives. Here, anything else? I don't see much. You can use Magma Shell instead of the shield ulti, one-hand shield ulti, but it costs 200 ultimate, and I really don't like using it because I can survive with either Last Champion or Shield Discipline. I don't think that using 200 ultimate is worth. And the only healing this thing does is Battle Roar, but this thing heals me for a lot. And this thing also heals me because I'm using Absorb Magic immediately after that. So, yeah. Let's see. Shielded Assault. You can basically put this on your front bar and Talons on your back bar to get into the fights quicker. It's a good skill, but I didn't need it. You can still use it, but like I didn't need it, to be honest. Another skill, Heroic Slash. This costs a lot of stamina, and I really don't want to use it. If I want the minor meme, I just Talon them, and I don't think minor heroism is worth it. With the stats I have, like this is too expensive for me to use, so I skip it. Resto passives, one-hand shield passives. Let's see. You can use shuffle, but again, too costly. It's too much. All heavy armor passives. Vampire, Invigorating Drain. This is a really good stun, and it also gives you a lot of ultimates. it's just amazing. But you can get interrupted, so be careful. Other skill is Elusive Mist. Like this is mostly these skills are mostly can be switchable with Engulfing Flames, because Engulfing Flames is the least damage boosting skill on your back bar. I mean, in terms of damage boosting skills. So Immigrating Drain can go there, Mist can go there. Take this passive, this, and this. Let me explain the Undead. Reduce your damage taken by up to 33% based on your missing health, while you are below 50% health. So less health you have, tankier you get. That's basically it. Nothing here. Again, Radiant Magelight, amazing skill. Make sure you use it. Have all the passives from here. Undaunted passives, obviously. You can use Purge, but it costs a lot. I really don't like using it, to be honest with you. I'd rather Talon them instead of wasting my Magicka on this. You can use Guard, but all these skills are very useful, so again, get your racial passives and medicinal use for the potion duration. And these are the passives and flex skills. I don't think I missed anything. If I did, just leave a comment. Yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you soon.